Welcome to the Coach's Decision.
Welcome to a special edition of A Coach's Decision with Chris P. Reed. In this episode, this series, this sessions that we're having, we're getting a response to the episodes that we had for men dating over 40. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. But this is our ability to talk to women dating over 40 and see their side of the coin and understand the difficulties, the challenges, and the excitement that they find in dating in the later halves of their lives after they've lived a little bit and did some things. And I think that you definitely want to enjoy and tune in to some of the things that they have. So without further ado, we'll come into a section of women dating over 40. So obviously this married guy thing is a hot button. When did you notice, or did you ever notice, the shift from guys approaching you? So I look at it as two types of guys. Look at these new dudes and these old dudes. So old dudes knew how to go ask for a dance, knew how to ask you, could they buy you a drink, knew how to come up and say, hey, my name is Raul. I thought you was really pretty here at Whole Foods, and I wanted to know if you had a man. And if you don't, I would like to take you out sometime. And obviously people are saying don't take them for coffee, but I would like to take you out sometimes and this and that. And so that used to be how it was approached. And luckily I was retired by the time it came up to a situation where I could just click on you and hit you and have this internet courage, this cyber courage, and then give you all this game, the comforts of a screen, and have AI basically have a bot write my game for me. So Kendra, at some point in time, you was dating and guys was coming and asking you for your number, ask you, did you want to dance? Did you want to drink? What's your name? You know, pretty mama, all that other stuff. And then there was a transformation where it became technologically efficient for them to swipe left or hit you on the DMs or hit you on the whatever other things these kids do with the technology. How difficult or how comfortable were you as a woman adjusting to the man behind the screen as opposed to the man you could see in real life exhibit that level of courage?
I wasn't, and I still not.
Okay.
So that's why I'm struggling.
Okay.
You have to understand, prior to me dating, that's how my ex-husband met me, was, "Hey, you cute, come dance with me, blah, blah, blah." So that's
Right.
all I knew. When
Right.
I got out, like I said, I took a good break before I even dated or anything. And then my first actual date was a guy that I met on a online app that one of my
Okay.
friends encouraged me to.
Okay.
The worst. I mean, he wasn't the worst person I've ever met, was online too, but it was just, I struggled. I didn't know what to
Yeah.
do, I didn't know how to have conversation. And then it, to me, it's just gone downhill. Like, now my vetting game is a lot better when meeting guys online, but I didn't know how to vet a guy online. What you said was what you said to me. I took it for
Mhm.
face value.
Mhm.
If you, you know, um, it was just a lot. It's still a lot.
Mhm.
Personally would prefer to meet somebody like organically in a store, out on the street somewhere. I don't know how that's gonna work since I don't be
Yeah.
outside. Like, uh, but the online is just a struggle. It's because I realized I'm still have traditional values. I have still have traditional ways. So it's hard for me to connect a lot of times when I meet somebody online. It's hard for me to open up and be vulnerable because, online I went in doing those things, then realizing from trial and error, like, no, you got to come with a little bit more street smarts. You can't come with taking people for their face value, what they say, how they look, and all that other stuff. So it was very challenging. It's still challenging in some ways, you know. It's
You know what? It's interesting that you say that, because when we talked to the guys and they talked about the aspect of going online or finding somebody, using technology, they never seemed afraid or they never seemed apprehensive. And so when I think of, and once again, I haven't experienced this, so I don't have a real dog in the fight, but I think of men getting catfished, right? And so a woman will come, she'll give an old picture of herself, and they did talk about that. They said, you got to see him on FaceTime. You got to see him because they'll put a picture 30 years younger with all this fake up and filters and all these things on. But what I hear from women is it's not a catfishing thing where he's representing somebody that he's not physically. It's a safety thing where because you have to understand predators or people who don't have your best interest in mind because of the way the internet is set up, they have like a comedian plenty of time to work on their routine,
Mhm,
plenty of time to
mhm,
work on their act and kind of, trial and error. Have a woman where if she asks too many questions, you know when to jump off. You tell her you
mhm.
got 4 kids, but you really got 9 kids. All these things occur where you could be in a situation where I don't really know what to believe. And I'm not doing a sleuth job to uncover. I'm not running a FBI background check on every guy that happens to be interested in me. So, how do you use your intuition and how do you kind of go through those trials to know kind of how to be safe as a woman?
I get both. I don't know what women say they ain't getting catfish. I have most definitely got
Okay.
that ain't you.
Right.
I see. So for me, my standard routine is you send me a friend request and your page is private, you have to accept my request first before I accept yours. I'm looking at your pictures, I'm looking at timeline, I'm searching.
Ain't that a lot of work?
No. Hell yeah. But I mean, it's necessary because I've been stalked. I just told you
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
learning from my mistakes. Um, so yeah, I'm looking at all that. And there's other things I look at too that I could tell. So if I think like they might be all right, then I will accept the request. They got 48 hours to schedule a video chat with me. If you tell me I'm on a mission, I'm overseas, I'm that. That's a lot. Because same story. I'm a widow. I got a one child. Cause by this, and the thing is, I usually my page is private. All my pages are private. So the first thing I'm gonna say is, how did you find me?
Okay.
It's usually, oh, so and such a suggested me. Is there a social or Instagram suggested you? Blah blah blah. Okay, but you got 48 hours to prove that you are who you are and that you are legit. And if you don't, it's done. I'm blocked. You lost your chance. So it didn't even post that. Like I've met guys who, okay, this is who they are, da 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 da. There's still some additional vetting because, like she said, you don't know if they married or not.
Okay.
You got to
Okay.
go through that process of seeing, are you single, or you just
Right.
single on social media?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a process. I could say if I meet, I say 20 dudes
Hmm.
in a year
Hmm.
who have inboxed me online, only 2 of them have probably been legit and stand the test of time.
Damn. That's
Literally.
5%.
Right. It's like who they
Or
are,
or
who they
10%.
say
Yeah,
they
10%.
are,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's 10%. Yeah. So Jessica, so to you, similar question. Obviously, you grew up in a time where dudes had the guts to come and shoot their shot and put their hand out and ask you to dance, buy you a drink, things of that nature. At some point in time, it kind of transitioned where courage no longer was part of the equation. You could just play the numbers game and just hit women up on the technology. When that happened, how did you adjust, or was that an easy adjustment for you to go from guys trying to holler at you out and about to your box getting filled or dudes saying happy birthday to you on Facebook, or how did you adjust?
Oh, well, I still get kind of both. Like when I'm out at the bars and stuff like that, or wherever I'm at, I still get the same old fashioned way, and that's fine. For the Facebook and all the new social media stuff, I don't entertain that.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Okay.
entertain none of that. I'm not trying to date anybody that is a meet online. It's not going to happen. I have to meet them in
Okay.
person.
Okay. So even in person, do you have any safety concerns or any steps or tips and tricks that you follow to really know a guy is who you think he or who he presents himself to be?
I mean, I'm just cautious because I know that I don't immediately ride in cars with a man, even if I went on several dates with him, because I was almost raped before. And this was someone
Okay.
that I actually knew a little bit. And so I'm kind of cautious on that.
So Kendra, do you have let me ask you this, do you have a standard time frame that you put in your head? You obviously said the 48 hours and you need
Mm-hmm.
to have this. Are there other check boxes or other playbook action that you apply to engaging with guys? And then my question is, so it's a two-part question. What is the common thing that ruins them when it comes to you?
Well, I would say as far as the time frame, unfortunately for me, I don't really meet, and maybe that's because I'm not outside like I need to. I don't meet guys locally. So my time frame as far as us meeting physically is 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
Depending on work schedules, I need you to try to be making your way this way for a weekend.
Okay.
If
Okay. Okay.
that's what you act like you're interested and all
Okay.
that,
Okay.
then okay. After that point, my mental state shifts. So now you done went from probably potential bae in my head to you just bruh again.
Okay.
We
Okay.
we cool till we get
Okay.
to that point.
Okay.
You said what was the
What
second
what is
question? You
the
said
is the common theme for cutoff? Like, what do you keep saying? Damn, every time I think that he right there, he'll do the same shit. Like these dudes do the same thing, whether it be not
wait.
calling back, whether it be short communicate, whether it be emotional breakdown, whatever, financial, if they ask you to borrow money, or what is a common theme that you've
I would
run
say the
into?
common thing literally in the past year, one of them is seriously the way they communicate. And I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it as simple.
Okay.
They don't communicate with complete sentences.
Okay.
That bothers me
Okay.
to no end. Uh,
Do they
I
grow
don't
into
want
that? Do they but I mean, you make it seem as if when
no,
he was trying to get
no,
your attention, he was communicating effectively. And then all of a sudden when he thought he had you, wow.
yes. So it goes into prime example, 8 question mark. What is 8 question mark? You ask me did I eat, what I ate, what time I'm gonna eat. I don't have time for that.
O-
So I feel like if I'm not even worth the complete thought,
Okay.
just don't think about me no more. Just be
Okay.
done. And so I definitely communicate this up front, like, hey, this is a pet peeve of mine. I'm not saying give me a long paragraph because I know
Right.
women type in long paragraphs and all that. But please communicate. Don't use a lot of emojis because I don't know all of them. But just, hey, thought about you. Did you eat? Hey, are you eating lunch today? But I don't know what 8 question mark mean. And
Okay.
I'm not about to figure out. So I think that is a common thing that I'm coming across. And the crazy thing is these are very professional men. So I don't know how they handle things. But to me, that also gives me a sign that maybe you communicate with, I hate to put younger women, but maybe you communicate with younger women and on a regular, so that works for them. And maybe younger women are different. I don't want to say that, but that would be the common thing. The other one is a lot of them are just, they're looking for a therapist they can sleep with. And I'm going to keep it PG.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
They say they want a woman,
All right.
but they don't.
Okay.
They really want the companionship of it. And they want, when I say a therapist, they want an F. What I mean by that is you think about a relationship with your therapist. You come in, they say, hey, tell me what's going on. You release everything to them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care that the therapist probably done had 20 clients that done acted a fool, had a
Mm-hmm.
bad day, because one, the therapist can't say all that to you, but
Right.
they hear you out. They hear you, they listen to you, and they don't judge. After some time of being in that space where you realize now I could be vulnerable with this woman. I can say what I want. She ain't nagging me. She ain't got no expectations, or she not really saying them out loud. She just allowed me to be free and be me. There becomes a level of attraction. So now it's like, okay, I like you because you allow me to be me. I can say what I want. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? You don't judge, blah, blah,
Uh-huh.
blah. But now I want to be with you intimately. Mind you, that man ain't done nothing to get to that point. You barely didn't ask me about my day or
Okay.
anything. So when guys tell me, yeah, I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for a relationship, I listen for that because to me, relationship is both of us. But if you barely ask me about my day, you don't ask me about my kid, you don't ask me anything that's going on in my life, but you tell me everything that's going on with yours, you just want a therapist you could F with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That has been my common thing I'm noticing. So I'm like, okay, you just really want a companion. And let me figure that out. Let me decide if I want to be your companion and what level I want to be your companion. But don't come to me saying, I can see you being my girl. No, you can't, because you ain't done nothing. You ain't allowed me to even communicate to you my expectations because you're so focused on what your needs are and what you could get out of it.
Let me ask you this, and it's a personal question. Do you consider yourself to be a nurturer?
Yes.
Okay. So men like nurturing just
I don't
naturally,
care.
and you're giving it off. And so they're attracted, they're intoxicated by that aspect of your personality. Have you tried
It's
to be
fine,
less
but
nurturing? You
I
tried to
have, but that's not my problem. I'm not
Okay.
gonna be
Oh,
less of
I'm
me.
with you. I
My
got you.
thing
I
is,
like that. I like that. I like that.
you want something,
Right.
right?
Right.
You just said earlier in this thing, men are hunters.
Right.
Show
Right.
me the hunt.
Okay. Okay.
Show me the hunt. You want all of this. You say you like all that. I like a smart woman. I like this. I like that. What are you going to keep? What are you going to do to keep that woman if you're hunting her, if you're pursuing her? I ain't got time for all that now. I ain't got time for that. So it's starting to be a shift where I feel like the men know that that women outnumber them, and so they're making women work a little bit more to be with them.
Yes. Women are competing with women. Yes,
They're
absolutely.
doing less. They're doing less of the hunt, and women are doing more of the hunting
I'm with you.
because now it's being a competitive thing. And the only problem is I'm just not real competitive.
Let me ask you one last question that you said something that sparked an idea. How do you like to be communicated with most? Or if you are representing the diaspora of mature,
Mhm.
educated, sophisticated Black women, how should a mature, educated, sophisticated Black man communicate with you more often than not? Is it text? Is it FaceTime? Is it email? Is it social media, DMs? What is the conduit? Because it seems like you're fine with mixing and matching. Where I've heard some people say, like on the last episode with the guys dating women, where Anthony was saying, I'm old school. I don't do DMs and this and that. I come give you my number. And if you say you
Mhm.
don't want to give me your number, ain't nothing I could do with that. Whereas, other people are more amenable to, I'll meet you where you are. What is it that you find to be most beneficial for you and most successful when it comes to a guy communicating with you?
It's a little of both. Like I'm okay with the texting a little bit here and there, but it cannot be all the time. I had a dude that for several months, the only way he contacted me was through voice notes. Never picked
Okay.
up the phone, but
I'm
send
not
me
familiar with
20
voice
voice.
notes. Okay. I'm
And
not
I'm
familiar
thinking
with the
like, "Bruh,
techno.
you coulda called me at this point and had a conversation." But I'm open. I'm open to some text message during the time, especially if I'm at work or in the evening or something like that, and I just don't feel like talking or you don't feel like talking. But there has to be some time where we're actually communicating, talking on the phone because things get misconstrued in text messages.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
can't tell if I'm joking with you, if I'm flirting with you and all that. And then I got to send an emoji and I don't know which emoji I'm supposed to be sending you, all of
Right.
that. And then I personally can't build a relationship with somebody just from a text message. I don't know how people fall in love like that or be like, "Oh, yeah, we just been texting." You've been texting and y'all have never heard each other's voice.
Wow.
There's a level of connection with voice. There's also a level of connection with FaceTime.
Okay.
Also, at some point in time, yeah, I wanna see your face. I wanna talk to you face to face. That's a
Okay.
good way for you to see me
Right.
without my braids in my hair or
Right.
whatever,
Right.
so you could see me personally, but I need a mixture. It can't be all or nothing type thing. It definitely can't be all in text message because I don't have time for that. I don't like to read that much.
Okay. So Jessica, I'm going to come to you and ask you this question. And so similar question to what Kendra answered. In the idea of you went from guys, talking to you and hollering at you, and then obviously now we have a more technology savvy situation. How do you like to be approached? And you said, you're not all on this and that or whatever. But if a guy's already met you at the bar or already met you at wherever, right? And you guys have developed a rapport, do you want the first communication to be a text message, to be a DM, or to be a phone call, or do you want a FaceTime? Is there things that you need to have happen in a checklist type of way to say he has to do this by 48 hours, he has to do this by 2 weeks, we got to go eat by, I can't just sit up and be pen pals with this motherfucker. Like how are you evaluating that?
The regular way, just text me or call me. So you can do either one, but I prefer that phone calls and then a little bit of
Okay.
texting.
So you old school phone calls. Okay.
Yeah, you need
Okay.
to call
Okay.
me and I'll talk to you on the phone or whatever. And then texting is fine, but I don't have like a 48 hours that I need to go out with you or whatever. No.
Okay. Okay. And let me ask you this because there's something I'm picking up. Have you dated long distance since you've been divorced?
I don't date any. What do you mean long distance? Like in another state or something?
Like a guy out of another
I've
state?
never
Yes.
dated anybody out long distance ever in my life, and
I can
that's
tell.
not how I'm gonna work. So if I can't see you, like, no, you got to be in my city.
So you like the quality time. You like somebody that you can watch TV with up under, put your feet on them and that kind of thing.
To a minimal because I really don't. And I say this, I don't like to see somebody every day. I don't need to see you every day, like because that's gonna start to ruin.
Wow.
I don't like to see people every day. Like I don't want you to be so clingy with me, but I need some
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
communication every day. So call or text or something like that. But I don't need to see you every day. That's just no. A couple times a week, and that's really it for me.
Okay. Let me ask a better question. When you got divorced,
Yeah.
was there any time between the time in which you got divorced and now that you ever said to yourself, I could see myself married again? Or was you one and done like the NCAA tournament?
Well, I am done. There is no way.
Damn, I could tell.
There's
Okay.
no way ever that I would be married again. No way.
Okay.
There's absolutely no way.
I mean, you're doing a lot of things. You're doing a lot of things to help that because you're like, look, you got 3 days with me. In 7 days, you can get 3 of them. And then whatever you do is your business. Like,
I
damn.
mean, I don't mind seeing people every day, but I just prefer no, I like my own space. Like I don't need you like right under me. No. Mm-mm.
You were married, you had a guy under you, y'all had that relationship from the time you were young. Has there been a guy, you don't have to name him, you don't have to give any away his secrets, but has there been a guy that got close, Jessica, to breaking that Grinch type heart you got as it relates to marriage? Like, is there a guy that could, has there been one guy where you was like, he get on my nerves. He making me think I might be wrong about this love thing.
Yeah, there was one guy like that.
Shout out, dude. Shout out, dude.
I
Shout out,
used to see him
wherever you
every
are,
I
bruh.
used to see him every
Wherever
day.
you are, bruh.
Yeah, I used to see him every day, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So it can be done, fellas. Don't let this dissuade you. They can be, they can be convinced or coerced. Okay, cool. So now, with that being said, in the conversations that you have with guys, because obviously you're local, and how long can you go without seeing him? Because of the ability to see him before you like, hold up, bro. Like you done called me 7 weeks in a row. I don't know if you taller or fatter or nothing. Like, like how do you evaluate that type of thing?
Well, I mean, like when I say I don't need to see you every day, it's just like I'm more like I don't need you to be like so clingy with me. But I mean, it's not like I'm gonna say I'm only gonna see somebody 2 days out the week. No. I mean, I could see them more than that. It's not like a limit that I have for that. But an example, I met this guy and he seemed like fine and everything, but he just right away was like, "Oh, I want you to be my girlfriend." Like, first of all, I don't even know you like that. So, like number one, I didn't like. And so, like, don't just come up like I just met you. Like, I don't know if we'll even get to that kind of level. And then he was someone like he wanted to see me every day. And no, I've got other things to do. And then I was like, I'm not really feeling you like that anyway, because if I see a couple of flags that I see and I can't, no. Like you didn't listen to nothing I said. Like we was out one day at the bar. His brother or something FaceTimed him. So he gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm out with my girlfriend." No, I'm not your girlfriend. And so like he's
Damn,
not listening.
damn, let him have that.
Well,
Let him have that.
he's not listening to nothing I'm saying though. So that's where the problem came with him. He didn't listen, and so yeah, I had to dismiss him, baby. Goodbye. I had to ghost him because he kept blowing
What's
me
the
up. Yeah.
dang? Are you a blocker, Jessica? Are you a blocker? Will you block somebody?
I mean, I try not to block them, but for this guy here, I had to block him because he kept calling and texting me every
Yes.
day. Like, no, I'm not finna entertain you.
Do you take any accountability in creating stalk?
I have well, baby, if I do, is this an X-rated show?
Yeah, you got it.
It's X-rated,
Yeah,
I
it's
have to
wide
be
open.
PG.
Yeah. No, it's good. Whatever you say.
Well, I'm gonna keep it clean, but if I become involved with these people in a sexual manner, I already got a stalker on my hand. And there's nothing that I can
Oh,
do about it.
Jessica. Oh, Jessica. You need to register your shit? Like get a license? Like you got to get a conceal and carry?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay, Kendra. That's a tough act to follow, but is there a situation? Do you take any pride in creating the stalkers you've created?
Hell no. No. That's the devil. I didn't create shit. No, I did not. And like she said, if I told you how I want to be treated and you can't handle that, that's on you. That has nothing to do with me. Hell no.
Exactly.
That,
Okay, wait a second. That was crazy. That was very interesting. It's rare that you find two young ladies that are willing to bare their souls, open up, and give this type of game. We definitely want to make sure that you marinate on what was said here. Tune in to the next continuation of this conversation and finish what we started here today. We look forward to you tuning back in. Take care of yourself and make sure that you take it easy or take it any way you can get it.